This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Mary Beth Stutzman, and she is here today from the Visitors and Convention Bureau. Good morning, Mary Beth.
Good morning.
You know, as we talked with our next guest, Ted Fines, what a busy year you've had. I mean, so many wonderful things going on with the Visitors and Convention Bureau. I guess people, sit behind the scenes and don't realize what goes on and what comes out of your office. It's amazing.
Yeah, we're a bit of a mystery. Even from the way we're funded, from the hotel assessment. We are funded by visitors who come to the area. No one locally pays for what we do, which is a nice benefit to the community. And then also just our daily activities, because what we do is focused on bringing new people to Alpena who have not heard of us before. So all of our activities mainly happen outside of the region. They happen within a 3-mile or more driving distance. And a lot of our work is regional to the Great Lakes area or national, dependent on certain audiences and user groups. So if we see something in Alpena that we have done in promotions for the community of Alpena, it's usually come from our office or we've had some sort of partnership with that, or it's a trickle down from what you're seeing when we push things out nationally or regionally.
And unprecedented, the pro fishermen coming back to Alpena again.
Oh yes, that was a surprise. The first time we were blown away that they were interested in Alpena, and we did our best to service their visit here in 2013. And I never thought we would see them again because they don't go to the same community twice. And last summer they were here again for a second visit. So Alpena became the first community that they've ever been to a second time. While our show was still airing on the Outdoor Channel, our season that they had taped here last summer, I got the third call.
Amazing.
And they said, Mary Beth, we know we can produce a great show there. We don't have to do anything. Everything is right there for us. We'd like to come back. And so we did what we could to service their third trip, and now we have the honor of saying that we're the only community in the nation that the top ranked outdoor show on television has been to 3 times.
That's amazing. And the good part of it is they do so many meet and greets, and I had some people that were saying they went by the Sanctuary Inn and saw them there with their boats, and they just pulled in with their kids, and the guys let them climb in the boats and showed them all their equipment and everything. I mean, it wasn't even one of the scheduled meet and greets or anything. And they said the fishermen were so friendly and so nice, and what a wonderful thing.
They are very down to earth, and now that a lot of them have been there 3 times, here 3 times now, a lot of them are looking for vacation homes in the area because we are so closely located to so many different great fishing spots in the region.
Yes.
So there are other benefits that come from just their trip here. And just their visit here to film is not why we do this. We do this for the recognition and the show that airs on national television. Alpena started as a fishing community. Fishing is one of the infrastructures that exists. It doesn't really need a lot of help. There's a bait shop almost on every corner. We have generations of families teaching their children here how to fish. So if people have questions about where to go or what bait to use, there's somebody on every street corner practically that could help them out. So it is one of our strongest infrastructures. So promoting it is a no-brainer, and promoting that within the package of everything that Alpena has to offer, from shipwreck exploration and other culture and history heritage to all of our silent sport activities like kayaking and biking the nature trails and hiking. It really is a great visit, not just for fishermen, but when they bring families with them as well.
Yes, and I saw a picture on Facebook of you in a car bouncing up and down.
Yeah, that was another event that we helped with, the Old 27 Motor Tour. That's an interesting car show. They travel the historic 27 highway, and they end in Sheboygan. And then as part of their return visit, they often come down 23, and they'll make a couple stops along the way. And Alpena was their last stop of the trip. So we welcome people from all over the Michigan and Ohio and some of those states who participated in that trip and then on their way home stopped by Alpena. And that car was, I asked if I needed to wear a seatbelt because it was a little nerve-wracking, but it was a lot of fun.
And I saw a bunch of, what day was it? They were here Saturday?
Sunday.
I saw a bunch of antique cars parked along the road, kind of like waiting for them to come through.
Yes.
So people in our community pulled out their cars.
Oh, yeah. So Eagle Supply was very generous. Chris and his dad and his brother and his wife were there. Owners of Eagle Supply helping host the event as the venue, and then the Ramblin' Rods Car Club, our local car enthusiast club, escorted them into town. And I contacted them kind of late, and they jumped to it, and they were wonderful and helped show them a really great welcome.
Good. All right, we only have about 3 minutes left, so what new and exciting is going to be coming up?
Oh my goodness. Well, we have so many things. It's a little overwhelming. I think that we've really turned a corner as a community in the last couple of years where we no longer worry about planning events because someone else might be planning an event that same weekend. We now know as a community that we can have 5 or 6 or 7 different things happening on the same weekend, and they're all going to have a great turnout.
I know the Beer Fest is coming up.
That's going to be a fun one. Fresh Palate and Eric Peterson working on bringing Alpena a beer festival, and that's going to be very exciting. The Suds and the Sunrise Suds Tap Takeover, I believe is what it's called, and I know you can get tickets for that now. So that's very exciting. The winery does their Harvest Festival. We have the Great Lakes US 23 Discovery Tour, the Heritage Route Tour that happens in October over Indigenous Peoples Day, also known as Columbus Day weekend.
And all the authors.
And all the authors in the fall, book festival. It's really the best place to go because obviously I can't keep it straight right now, but the best place to go is visit alpena.com and check out our community events calendar.
If anyone says there's nothing to do in Alpena, man, they're missing the boat, that's for certain. There are so many wonderful things to do.
And the folk festival, that just popped into my head. Yep.
Yes, I know that the weekend of the 23rd, there's like 5 major events going on, but like you said, we know we can do it, we can pull it off, and there's something for everyone.
Yeah, that is the one thing about tourism that's often not thought of. When we try and make our home or our community better for tourism, it by default makes it better for local residents. So if we're thinking of, well, what could attract people to the area or what could keep people busy while they visit, it's also going to benefit us as well. So improving our parks, just having more local events, like things happening, concerts in the park.
Yes.
We have theater in the park now. So, some of those great things that are taking place, they're great for tourism, but they're also great for us local residents.
They are. So visit alpena.com.
Visit alpena.com and check out our local events calendar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. I'll be right back with Ted Fines from Habitat for Humanity following these messages. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Ted Fines, who is the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity for Northeast Michigan.
Yes.
Hi, Ted.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you, and I know that it's been a crazy busy summer for you folks, and you've got so many wonderful things. And last Monday, or as we tape this, you had the woodmen, the
Urban Leaf Lumber,
Yes.
Lumberjacks.
Had them come to town, and I hear it was a wonderful
It
turnout.
was a great event. It was a great event. And between raindrops, they were able to cut, I think it was about 6 different size logs, from chestnut to walnut to pine to maple. So we're going to try and get it all kilned, dried out, and on the floor at the Restore in the next few months.
Wow.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
And you do have different sizes there and things
Yes,
available. People can
yes,
come and look at it.
Yes, there's a whole wall of it.
And
wall of it.
if people don't know, it's got live edges, and and you can order custom-made, custom things, and it's just pretty phenomenal.
Every piece is unique. Every piece is unique, and that was kind of the nice part about when they were cutting it. It's like opening up a treasure trove.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, every vein, and we ran into old nails too, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
So it was fun. It was a fun day.
Now, you had a group of caravanners here. Are they still here?
No, they're gone. They left last Saturday. They were here for 2 weeks. Caravanners, these are retirees from all over the country,
Wow.
from Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Florida. And they go all around the country during the summer working on habitat homes. And this is probably their 10th year.
Wow.
And they stay at the fairgrounds in their mobile homes, and they're very experienced. And we went from we had just had the walls put up, and by the end of 2 weeks, the windows were in, the doors were in, the trusses were up,
Wow.
the shingles are up. It's totally enclosed. It's watertight.
Amazing. And all
2 weeks.
volunteers.
All volunteers.
And I know the community treats them very well.
Yes, All Saints Women's Group provided lunch every day.
Amazing.
And every morning they had a devotional. A minister and myself spoke to them before they started the work.
Amazing.
So they came out with no broken bones.
What a wonderful thing to do. I think that's what I want to
was
do when
great.
I retire. That would be fun.
It was fun.
But I don't have the
yeah.
expertise, but you know.
You don't have to. And that's the thing about volunteering for Habitat. We've got a great construction superintendent, Doug Talent, and he is very talented, and he's very patient, and you don't have to have the skills that you would think. He will take the time and show you.
And you can help with fundraisers, fix lunches, do landscaping, there's painting, there's always things to do.
Yeah.
All right, and now you have a new initiative with the Michigan Education Association.
Yes, and I have contacted in all 3 counties the superintendents in Alcona, Presque Isle, and Alpena, and we are going to be meeting soon with young new teachers from all the districts and talking to them about Habitat Homes and how they could apply if they meet certain criteria.
Wow.
Yeah, this is pretty. So I reached out to the MEA and to the superintendents, and I've gotten incredible response. So I will be meeting with them in the next couple of weeks after school gets really rolling.
And you know, as our first guest, Mary Beth, said, you know, she's bringing all these people in. Well, you've been pretty good about doing that too. You hosted the Habitat Affiliate Leadership Council right here in Alpena for the first time ever.
First time ever, and that was one of my goals when I took over as executive director, to make Alpena, Northeast Michigan, Alcona, Presque Isle, and Alpena counties relevant to the Habitat Michigan office in Lansing. I just wanted them to know that we're here. So
Yeah.
it was important for us to put on and host that event, and it was a great success.
I bet they were pretty impressed.
They were, actually, because we actually had Senator Stamas's office there. Sue Aller showed up. We had a tremendous response, and they appreciated Alpena. And we did give out little bags from Mary Beth's office, in fact, with all the information on what's going on in Northeast Michigan.
Well, thanks for doing that. And as Mary Beth said, you didn't know if one of those people decide, hey, I want to live here, I want to buy a house here. We know they shopped when we were here.
Yeah.
We know they ate at restaurants. We know they purchased gas. We know they bought T-shirts and sweatshirts, souvenirs to take back.
And for some of them, it's the first time they've been up here. It's like, wow,
I know.
this is a jewel. We didn't know about this.
Yeah.
So we want to keep it kind of quiet, but we don't.
Perfect. All right, critical home repairs. Tell me about that. Critical
Home Repairs and A Brush with Kindness are programs that we offer to the community, especially veterans, disabled, older couples that are having a hard time getting around, building ramps, replacing windows, just overall general improvements to their home environment. And we have really pushed and received grants from Michigan Habitat and also Besser Foundation to fund some of these. So it's been very successful. We've been really busy between doing those types of projects, smaller projects in the 3 counties, and also the new homes.
And definitely we could use more volunteers to help
gosh,
keep that
yes.
program going forward.
Gosh,
If you're a builder, a carpenter, someone with some experience, if you're retired, if you're working, we can always fit you in for an hour or two somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
And lastly but not leastly, Restore. We want to let people know that it's going through a major renovation, and if you were there 6 months ago, come back because it's totally different.
It's totally different today, and a year from now it'll be totally different again.
Okay.
We are looking at funding a major renovation to the Chisholm Road entrance, making an entrance in the front
Oh, that would be great.
and in the back. So parking will be in the front, the side, the back, and they'll be able to check out in both locations.
Wow.
So we're going to be ripping out the huge overhead door that was originally built there, blocking it up, putting windows in, new doors. It's going to be
Wonderful.
pretty
And you can
extensive.
certainly use the space too.
And the second floor, we're looking at grants to make into 2 apartments.
Wow, so help pay for some of the
Yeah.
overhead and the cost.
And it's pretty good view of Chisholm
Oh, that
and
would
downtown,
be.
and you can walk right downtown from there.
That'd be great
would be
locations,
great,
great
right.
location. It's wonderful to see that building looking so nice on the outside
Yeah.
and have so much use. And you know, we
Yeah.
just want to let people know too about donations. Donations are the lifeline of Habitat for Humanity.
It is, and donations can come in different forms, be it if you're quote-unquote spring cleaning and you want to give away a couch, or if you're looking for a couch, your
Yes.
kids are going off to college. We've had a lot of students come in looking for, especially ACC students coming in looking for furniture, and you can't beat the prices. You
No.
cannot beat the prices. So it is the lifeblood of Habitat.
So the
Restore.
best way to reach Habitat or you is how?
354
Okay.
5555, and you'll be prompted either to the Restore or to the office and to our staff. And we have a wonderful staff.
Thank you so much, Ted. We're out of time.
You're
So
welcome.
good to
Thank
see you again.
I appreciate it.
I'll be right back with Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Lisa Snyder, Director of Institutional Research at ACC. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, Lisa, what does a Director of Institutional Research do?
Well, the Director of Institutional Research has many responsibilities. There's a lot of requirements gathering, reporting that's required, but also what an institutional researcher does is go out and gets data that internally and externally that the college can use to make decisions and program planning for the future.
Absolutely, and that's a key piece. So, you know, if we don't have data, then we're just kind of using our own intuition about what we think is the right direction to go. And while, you know, a lot of folks believe in their own intuition, data is generally better.
That's right.
And you're the person that extracts data.
Yes. And I've been looking at the data and extracting, correlating the data for like 10 years in the Office of Information Technology. And with that comes all the compliance reporting, which deals with our funding and then program reviews and stuff for our accreditation. But like I said, with the IR piece of it, now we want to tap into all that data that's out there from, for instance, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Department of Labor to find out where the job trends are going, where there's going to be needs so that we can put the students in programs that when they get out, they can get jobs.
Very good point, very good point. So you've been at the college, I know this, but the viewers may not, for more than a decade.
Yes.
So your ascension into the Director of Institutional Research, I'm delighted for, and it's kind of a natural progression. You feel
Yes.
good about it?
I do, and I feel like it's a step that makes sense because I have so much knowledge of the data as it is, and I've been servicing all the different departments with all the reporting needs throughout the years, and I have a very good understanding of the data and its relationships, and can help them formulate the right questions to ask so that they can make informed decisions.
That's a key part that I think most folks don't understand about your work is the complexity or the importance of asking the right question. So could you just share a little bit of your educational background, which I think is
Sure.
impressive?
Sure. I have, well, an Associate's of Science from Henry Ford College, and I have a Bachelor's in Business Administration with a major in Computer Information Systems from Eastern Michigan University. And then I have a Master's in Software Engineering from University of Michigan.
Wow.
And
Go Blue.
Yay. And I also have some certifications. And moving forward, in the next few months, I hope to get my Microsoft database certification, which is important because this is where the data resides. Our data resides in database tables, and I have to be able to, you know, efficiently and accurately pull that data out because we need for it to make sense so that we can get the right, you know, the right data back for the questions that we're asking.
So not long ago, I asked you to look into all the data and the records we have on everyone who's ever connected with the college, which turned out to be a pretty big pool of people.
Very big pool of people.
What was that? Like close to 100,000 names?
Yes.
Yes.
And we have the ability to do that because we have all this data stored. And I was able to pull out, like you said, 100,000 different records, and all the information is most up-to-date information as we can for those people so that we can reach out to them, let them know what we're doing.
Yes, and you know, my thinking on that was geared toward trying to, folks I run into are almost uniformly positive about the college and its impact on their lives, some of them remarkably so.
Mm-hmm.
So we have really good connections or addresses on about 9,000 of those people.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves, in my mind, about 91,000 that we don't ever reach, and they don't know what we're doing, and we don't know what they're doing until they happen to come into our office, which
Mm-hmm.
happens periodically. But it would be nice to be a little bit more proactive about trying to reach them. And this would be, I hope, one of the things that you can fit into your many, many roles and responsibilities.
It's high on my list.
You see this thinking.
I see the value in it, and I can see that people would have a very good, in my opinion, very good experience with the college, and I think that they would love to hear from us
Yes.
on what we're doing.
You know, in my kind of position now, I am often thinking long-term and resources. So we're embarking on a capital campaign to renovate Bandler Hall, where you worked for the first, 10 or 11 years of your career. And we're excited about that. And I happen to believe or surmise that maybe some of those 91,000 people that we don't currently connect with, going back to the beginning of the college, might be interested in supporting that. So,
Yes.
yeah. And you have had an opportunity to interact with other directors of institutional research recently. Was
Yes,
that fun?
I had a very good time. It was a very, very beneficial workshop that I went to at Lansing Community College, and it was called, the acronym for it is MCDEC.
Yes.
And we went there and we broke out into groups. Institutional researchers were in a group, and different groups came together. And it was nice because I was at a table with other researchers, institutional researchers, and we were sharing how things work at their college and how involved they are with the data. And I was one of a few that actually worked both sides of the fence, formulating all the program code to get the data and then working with the data itself, so to help on the other side of it. So, but I did meet a lot of very nice people, very, very experienced IR people that I'm hoping to keep that relationship with as I move forward.
Well, that's the blessings of working in a small shop. You have a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the other side to that is you can have a lot of impact.
Yes.
It's not diluted by a bunch of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
So you enjoyed that meeting, and did you find that many of the other challenges and issues that colleges face are similar to our own?
Oh, yes, yes. And I'm so glad that I found them, because prior to this, I wasn't involved with this group, and I was facing all these challenges year to year by myself, trying to, make sense of everything. Well, this big group of people came together and they shared their experiences and their take on things, and they even have the power to come together and say, look, this doesn't seem right, maybe we should be looking at this, and they have a power in numbers to make positive changes. So yeah.
So that's neat,
Yeah.
and we're glad you're having that opportunity. Thanks for everything you've done for the college and will do, and thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance, Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.